What's going on, people? Looks like we were playing Sawgrass today for the Pro Tour, and we are continuing the journey, week 2 of trying to go from unranked to top 10 in the world in world golf rankings. So let's see if we can play better this week than we did last week and get a couple good rounds put together in hopes that we have the ability to be able to try to get a top finish here, at least something better than at least under par. If we can finish under par, that'll be definitely an improvement from last week, and that'll help to be able to try to get us to where we need to be. So at least get us a good little jump start on the world golf rankings and try to get started going in that direction. First hole is pretty tough. Just got to try to keep it in play so we can at least start off with a good little 4. If we can keep it in play, at least we give ourselves a chance. Sit soft. Fairways are firm, so that's got to sit quick. Sit. Sit. All right, stay out of the sand. Not a bad first drive there. Go ahead and get it in play, and we got a tight pin, but if we can hit a good shot, we'll be all right. Let's see. 85 from the rough with the wind in our face. Probably need to hit this off to the right of the hole and not even try to challenge that hole, just to try to be safe. At least try to have somewhat, well, we got more green than it looks like. So if I hit it on a downhill lie like that, I'm going to try to hit a little cut down 56 and see if I can just get it up there on the green. I'll probably need to carry it like 90 yards to get it on the green safely. We got it to the 90. Spin. Stay up there on that tier. It's going to go roll down to the right, but we got a birdie putt, so not a bad way to start. You try to hit 90 and it goes 90, it's always a good sign. All right, 22 playing 29 feet. Just so you guys know they're watching, if you haven't watched much or if you don't know much about GSPro, so the way putting works on here, if whatever your speed is on the putt, it's going to reflect the up and downhill. For every inch, it equates to a foot until you get on really long putts. So for instance, this one's 22 feet. It's going uphill 7 inches, so it's going to play 29 feet, which is going to take some of the break out of it. It's going to break pretty early, but since I have to hit it harder than you would normally hit a 22-foot putt, it's going to kind of take some of that break out. So that's how we're going to play it here. So we've got 22, 29 feet. We need to hit this at about 7.5 ball speed. See if we can get a good putting stroke on this first little putt right here and go ahead and get it. All right, 7.5 ball speed. For me, for my feel, it feels like I need to hit this about 9 feet in front of me, which is right at the base of the screen. And I hit it a little hard through the break. So got a little comebacker for par. Get out of this first hole with a par and go ahead and move on. See if we can't take advantage of the second hole being a par 5. All right, 7 feet 4 inches. Okay, got a par. Number 1 can be a tricky hole sometimes, so. All right, see if we can't put a good swing on this and try to get it home in 2. When I played this in real life, I hit one up this right side over here, and then I hit a little cut 5-iron up to the back right corner of the green, and the pin was on the left side in the center of the green. Had a pretty long eagle putt, and it stopped right on the edge. Ended up making 4 for birdie, but it was fun while we all thought it was going in for a second. All right, this is a that was hit pretty good. If you can get over those trees, get through it. Don't hit it. Ooh, got really lucky there. Get through there. There we go. Got really lucky by missing that tree. That could have been a disaster. 186. Oops. Pins in the back. Anything 175 or lower is good. With 10-mile-per-hour winds, I'll probably hit a 9-iron, try to carry it 165 to 170. If I can get it to 165, I'd rather be center of the green and short of the pin rather than over the back. So, see if we can't put a good swing on this and get lucky, get it up there. Oh, that was a terrible swing. Came right out of it. Oh, that's not good. Working on getting the club shaft a little more shallow on the downswing. Every once in a while, I'll come out of a swing like that and put an absolutely atrocious swing on it. So, got to get lucky here and hope to keep one on the green and at least try to have a putt here. Coming out of the pine straw. All right, 48-yard shot. Got to keep it low. Oh, go one time. Get up there. Go. Sit. Get lucky. Carried a little shorter than I wanted to, but I'll take it. Kind of got a good break there. All right, so it's going to be a 22-foot exactly, pretty much. A little right to left break. Nothing too crazy. It's on 11 Stimp. I feel like that might be a good number. 22 foot, so probably about 6'4" ball speed. Should be a good number. Six fours. See if I can't hit this to about 7 feet in real life here, and that should get me close to it if I hit it right. 7 feet. I hit it a little strong. Sit. All right. Not quite how I wanted to score that hole, but that's all right. Well, that pin is nice and tucked, isn't it? A little right to left wind. Gonna try to hit a smooth pitching wedge and hope it sits pretty quick. It's normal green, so they shouldn't be too crazy firm. So definitely need to put a better swing on it than I did that 9-iron on the last hole. There it is. It was good. Just a little too far. Sit, ball. Sit quick. Sit. All right, a putt nonetheless. Got to hit greens, have putts at it to be able to make birdies. Makes it really difficult if you don't. All right, 39.5 minus 5, so 34.5. Middle of the putt's going to break stronger than the first and the last portion. Going downhill, it's going to break more than it normally would, so I'm going to try to put it out here about the line and see how that does. See, 34.5 foot needs to be about 8.3. So I'm going to try to hit this putt right around about 10 feet or so in real life. All right, little 10-footer. For me, because I'm putting on turf, it equates to about a 10 stimp, and I try to putt to everything at about 1/3 of what the actual distance is in the game, and that gets me a pretty good ball speed. .8. I needed a little stronger than that, but it's going to get in the circle. All right, time to make a birdie, hopefully. Don't need to hit this too far with the, probably best we just hit a little 2-iron and try to keep it in play, just because you've only got 115 yards, 105 yards if you hit this good, not including wind. If you get a little extra behind it, I can usually hit a 2-iron about 250 with a little bit of rollout. So if we just hit a nice good shot, it should roll about 260 and should be in good shape. Just got to put it in play. And I hit it thin. God bless, Brandon. Probably should be taking a practice swing to try to get the feel of shallowing out the club before I hit a shot, just to try to make sure when you're hitting balls on the range, you're doing it every single swing, and it's a little easier. All right, so 135 with sand. If we hit it 145 and the wind, so we got to hit a little smooth pitch and wedge. Need to hit it a little softer than the last one, though. I just hit that one really good. All right. Just need to get this on target. On the green for a putt. Pulled it a hair, but not too bad. It's got to sit. Spin. Spin. Right there. Sit. Tell you what, when we played down there was last August. So obviously the greens and everything were pretty quick. And I'll tell you, the one thing I noticed was this green right here. If you missed anywhere on this hill and that ball started rolling this way, they were probably rolling around a 12. And once they started rolling down that hill, they were going. There was no stopping it. You had to get lucky that it wouldn't roll into the water. All right, so it's up a foot, so it's going to play 35 plus 12, which is going to be 47 roughly. I'd say probably around 45 would be a better number, just because further the putt gets, the less the up or downhill kind of takes into effect. But this ball is going to shoot right, so I'm going to try to probably play it out here. Unfortunately, I have to hit this ball pretty hard to try to get it up there. So, let's see, 45 feet would be a 10 on ball speed. So let's see if we can get, I'll probably need to hit this close to around, I'd say about 14 feet in real life would probably be my number I'm looking at to try to get it to, and that hopefully should get me close to 10. So let's see, 14 feet. It's a hair short, but it might get there. Come on, ball. Ooh. 10 would have been way too hard. And that's kind of what I'm talking about how once you get further putts, the up and downhill changes as far as how much it can affect it. That's one thing I haven't quite figured out yet and learned exactly how to be able to solve all of that equation yet. So let's just see if we can't get on the board with a birdie here at some point. That'd be a good way to, this is a tough hole in real life because that green is tucked in between those pine trees. And this drive can be tough just because you got bunkers up both sides once you get where my landing spot is. Luckily, we got a little bit of wind to kind of hold it out of that left side. So we might just play it up the left and see if we can try to get it in play. Oh, I fanned it. Not going to be hit bad. And it might still have a look at the green if it doesn't kick right. Give me a look at the pin. If I can get lucky. Yep. All right, we got lucky. Now we got to take advantage of it. 129 out of the rough. Luckily, we got some green to work with. $120 would be a good number. But we got to carry it probably 125 to get it there. So probably need to hit a little smooth 48 degree. Probably be a good number if I can hit it solid. Just get it started on line and let the wind take it. Kind of turned on it and pulled it, but sit. Sit. All right, that won't hurt us. Even though it's not on the green, it's on the edge of the fringe. We've at least got some sort of a putt at it. All right, let's see what we got here. So it's going to play 33 feet minus 7. Where we want to put it at here. It's going to come pretty hard. It's 2.6 right off of the fringe. So it's going to be shooting right as soon as it hits the green. So let's just put it out here. So 33 minus 7 is 28. Is that right? Nope. 26. Why did I grab my driver? 26. Gosh, this ball is going to break really hard to the right now that I'm looking at it in this angle. 26 feet. going to be downhill, so it's going to break more than we think. 26 would be a ball speed of 7. So I need to hit this at about 8 feet roughly. There's hardly any fringe, so it shouldn't hang it up too much to lose any speed, but I need to hit this about 8 feet, which is about a foot short of the screen there. See what I mean? That's hard to even get that ball started high enough. I could tell that ball was breaking, but it's hard to really throw that ball much higher out of there because you throw it up too high and it stays up above it, and then you have a downhill swinging putt for par. So you try to give yourself at least some sort of a chance to make par at least. So, all right. 7.5 playing 8.5. It's going to break a little bit, so we'll probably put it just outside the cup here. Start it there. Give it a little speed. So 8.5 needs to be about 3.7. 8.5 feet. Probably need to hit it at about 3 feet maybe in real life for me. All right, saved a par. So just need to start making some birdies. That'd be ideal. All right, so got a little bit of wind helping. Probably need to hit 3 wood would get us down there. Could be too far. That pin is tucked pretty tight, so we probably need to try to lay it back a little bit so we're hitting a full shot into that. So that way the ball isn't one hopping. And if I remember right, there's a little bit of a slope leading up to the front of the green. So if it hits before the green, it may not kick up on the green. So we just need to hit a better 2-iron this time than we did the last time. All right. Draw. Draw just a little bit. Oh, don't hit the cart path. All right, that should give us an open right there, open look. Although it's off the concrete, you can't take any relief, but that's all right. All right, we're just gonna hit a little 60 and see if we can't, I can never remember what kind of spin you're gonna get off of this and what kind of ball speed percentage you get off of it. Because typically when you have a lie like in the rough, sand, deep rough, pine straw, etc., it gives you a penalty on your ball speed and your spin numbers. And I can never remember what it equates to on the concrete. Mainly because I'm hardly ever on there. I'm usually in the rough, so I remember it pretty well. All right, so it's blowing 10 miles helping. I only need to carry this, let's say 90 yards. Maybe a little less than 90. And I fanned it. Blow it over there, wind. Oh, it hit the freaking tree. God, that was going to be pretty decent too. Now there's that little slope you can see on the front of the green. You know what I was talking about? We'll probably keep this 60 and get a chip shot with it. Dang. I really thought that was going to get up there until it hit that stupid tree. All right, so we're uphill. Everything's going to break left. Need to probably land it about there. Left off the line, so about 5 yards. We only landed it at 3. That wasn't good. Oh man, and with the par streak, much rather would have broken that with a birdie. Now it's going to be a really tough putt or chip. I mean, all right, got to get this. I did it again. It's going to come right back to me. Well, shoot. Damn it. Gotta hit a better shot than that. That's better. Does wonders when you actually lean into it a little bit and kind of get your weight pressed forward instead of backwards. Make a much better stroke at it. All right. I need to hit 3 wood here and keep ourselves away from where that fairway pinches in a little bit, and just to try to, even with that wind, if that ball rolls out on the hard fairway like it can give you some troubles out of that bunker. And we definitely want this in the fairway to try to get some sort of spin on this second shot. So hopefully we can hit this in play. Cut. Oh, freaking pulled it. That's got to go a lot. Damn, Brandon. Well, these last 2 holes have not been what I wanted them to be. Gotta hit it better. That was much better. Sit. Just sit right there. Oh, I'm going the first cut. That was definitely what I wanted to do. Would have been much better if that was my first shot. 99 into the wind. Out of the first cut. It's probably going to be better just to hit a lower 56 rather than a high 60 here. Try to keep this below the wind and just kind of one hop it on. Hopefully it's out of the first cut, but it's also on a little bit of a right hill lie, so got to carry this about 95 yards. I didn't carry it far enough. Get lucky. Nope. Damn. The last few holes haven't been kind to me. This is a tough little stretch right here, I'll tell you that much. Now we're going to have to start making a bunch of birdies. All right, well, if you don't hit it in the water, then you're sitting there with a 4 and going to the next hole, but it didn't quite work out like you wanted it to. All right, so it looks like we got a little backstop kind of right behind the pin, it seems. Seems like it's sitting in a little low point right there. So I need to try to aim this at the middle of the green. And see if I can't one hop it up there or something. I'm gonna hit an 8-iron and see if I can carry this at 180. If I can carry it at 180, that it should be good. 175 to 180 would be ideal. Just gotta make sure I hit it solid and get it on target. No, I pushed it right just a little bit. Kick left. Give me a flat shot. They definitely penalize you for having downhill shots out of these bunkers like that. It's going to be 15 yards to get it to the green. And you got to hit this high with a lot of spin to even have a chance at keeping it close. So Spin. All right, got to make par now. What in the world? I hate when this little glitch happens like this. Let's see if this helps. No, there's a way to be able to. Supposed to be a way that's able to get you to actually see the ball, but I don't remember what the little trick is. So it doesn't look like it's breaking too hard. Let's just put it outside edge maybe. It's going to break a little more because of the downhill. So almost 9.5. So it's going to play about 7.5. Seven and a half. We'll play 3.5 ball speed, maybe a hair more than 3.5, maybe 3.6 would be fine. But all right, so I'm going to need to play this at about 2 feet. What did I get ball speed wise on that? 2.7? Let's say 2.5. Oh no, ball speed was 3.7. Okay, so yeah, that was right where I wanted it. All right, now it's time to try to make something happen here. Got to keep this one in play and try to start getting some red numbers. Having a couple bad holes just hurt me. All right, got some wind going to the left, which hopefully helps. So just got to get this started up the left side and hit a good shot. Take that all day long. Nice little baby fade up the left side. Carrying it 290. Hopefully I have a good little look at it. 230 I can hit. 2 iron up and over that possibly. Problem is I got to push it out this way. Let the wind bring it back, and if I push it out this way, all right, so it'll be out there. It'll be out there right of that one little thing. Just got to hit this smooth because I only need to carry it 220 probably. Even into the wind, if I carry it 225, that should be fine. It'll get me on the front of the green and hopefully in a good position. But either way, I got to make sure I get this up in the air. I fanned it again. Carried it 230. Get down the hill. Get lucky and get down the hill. Oh, that's uphill right there. Okay. That won't hurt too bad. All right, let's see here. 40 yards. Going to be off the right of the club face. All right, so if I can get this up in the air and hit it at about 30 to 35, should get on the green and just kind of run out a little bit. It'll lose a little spin just because it's off the rough. So let's say 30, which should 32 should be a good number. Let's shoot for 32. Sit ball. Spin. Oh, I carried it too far. Damn. Gosh, that was a good swing too. I just carried it a little bit too far. That rough didn't really help take it down any, and neither did the uphill. I was going to take it down just a little bit more than that. All right. up 23. Only needs to be hit 5 yards. Yep. There's another par. Really need to make a birdie. Back nine isn't necessarily easier, but it's definitely got some holes that it can be scoreable on. All right, let's see what we got here. Got some wind in the face. 269 into the face. Honestly, I think I'm going to try to hit driver and see if I can't carry it over that bunker. If I can start it on this bunker line and draw it off of it, I should be able to get it over it. I just got to hit it really good. Especially if I can get the club face closed and draw it. Got to make sure it's closed through impact. Not closed, but at least squared. That was it right there. See if we can hit a good ball. Nope, I fanned it. Damn, Brandon. Oh, I got to get lucky. Really lucky. That was a bad swing. Nope. No luck here. No luck here. 163. We might be able to put it up over top of those trees. That's a 9-iron normally. Into the wind. Probably need to hit a cut 8-iron through there. Just because you got that tree right there in front of us. All right, got to hit a little cut 8-iron through here into this wind. This carry number, if it's at 170, I'll be happy. I don't need to get all of it. $175. Keep cutting. Sit it down, wind. Oh. Needed to cut it some more. Well, got to scramble and try to make par again. Story of this round, really. $20 yards going down and left. Got 10 yards to get to that. Run ball. All right, got to make a putt. Break a little left to right here, just a hair, so I'm going to keep it inside the hole. And it's also going to be uphill. Just use a freaking mouse, Brandon. There you go. All right, 9.5. It'll be 4 ball speed roughly. Nine and a half should be 4 ball speed on the nose. So in real life, I just want to try to hit this about 3 feet in front of me, which is about halfway between me and the little break in the turf right there. I hit it a little hard. I needed 4 ball speed. I hit it 5-1. It's not quite how I was envisioning that going. But I'd say if I would have fired one that hard at something 9 feet on that stimp, it probably would have done the same thing. All right. Now we got to hit a good shot on this par 5 and see if we can't give ourselves a chance at some sort of a eagle or birdie here. Got some downwind off the tee, which is going to help a little bit. So definitely got to make sure we hit this good with no spin, so that way it can ride that wind and not just float up in the air. God, I felt like that ball was going to go left off, like drawing left. And I'm in a bush. Are you serious? I hit that ball really, really well too, with a lot of ball speed, not very much spin, and that ball was looking really, really good. And of course, it gets into a bush. So I think I'm going to try to play a high 60 degree and just try to hit it over top of that or something. In real life, you definitely wouldn't be able to do this, obviously, but that's the thing that makes sim golf easier than real life. So we just got to try to hit a big flop right over top of it. And that's what we did, hit it 90 yards almost, just like we wanted. So we got out of trouble. Not really how you would get out of jail in real life, but you know what? You got to take advantage of it when you can on sim golf. So, and let's hope we can hit. I'll go right just a hair. It's a little downhill, so we want to try to carry this. With the wind, we want to try to carry this 125. If I can hit this 50 to 52 degree at 125, I'll be in really good shape with that wind behind us. Didn't quite hit it, but just go, ball. Go. Nope, down the bunker. My miss was neither right or left. Now it's time to try to salvage a par. All right, so 14 yards. We're going to try to carry it. Got to carry it 7, so we need to hit it at about 10. Oh, it's out of the rough, not out of the sand. Okay, so 7 yards. Come on, ball. Ooh, sit, sit. There we go. Tell you what, your chipping can do wonders when you get your weight right. When you have your weight wrong, it can only kill you. Honestly, if I hit the same ball as last time, I can get this running up towards the green. It's not going to get there with that wind, just because it's playing 315 to get there to the front edge. But as long as I hit it solid and get it out. Could be a good second shot, try to make birdie here. It's not going to get there, but it's going to have a good, just settle right there. Don't shoot forward. Don't do anything stupid. Okay. Gives me a good opportunity to try to make a birdie here, which I haven't been able to do all round, which is a little bit frustrating. But that happens. So up, I need to probably hit it total of about 38 to get there probably. Uphill out of the sand, it probably needs to carry Luckily this ball, we need to get this in the center of the green, not towards the pin, because everything kind of falls off to the left, it looks like. So try to hit this 38, 40 maybe. And it went 50. Just sit. All right. Sit right there. Sit. I'll take that. Went a little bit further than I wanted to, but it's all right. We got to putt it birdie, which is something I haven't had for a few holes. All right, it's going to play 14 feet, so it's going to be right around 5 ball speed. It's going downhill. It's going to catch this slope a little bit more, so let's try to make sure if we miss this, we're going to miss it on the high side. So it's going to be a 14-foot putt. Roughly around 5 ball speed is what we need. I'm going to try to equate this to about 14, about 4.5 feet or so in real life. So I'm going to try to get it close to the line there, the break in between the turf. So not as hard as last time. Didn't hit it hard enough. Just can't make birdie. These greens are tough. Not giving myself the best looks, but even whenever I do, I'm not making them either. So just got to be a little bit better. All right, so 144 with the wind at our back. Definitely want to go to this fat part of the green. Try to carry it 135. If I can carry, I'm going to hit a 48 degree. Try to carry this right at 135. If I can carry it 135, I think it'll kind of hop up with this wind. It'll hop up to the green. God, I keep fanning it. Just a hair. Kick left. Just not holding that club face closed through impact to be able to get it started on target. So I definitely need to make sure I've got my hand a little stronger on the downswing, so that way I'm not trying to force the club face closed. I'm just letting it naturally be closed as it, or at least square as it's coming through impact zone. Right now it's just a hair open. All right, so carrying this at about 8 yards, 17. So if I carried it about 8 and let it just kind of trickle left on me. And so if I'm gonna run it a little bit lower, I probably need to carry it at like 5 or so. And I think that's what I'm going to try to do, is just hit it a little bit lower than I have been on these chip shots. So 6 yards. Let's do that. That's our goal, 6 yards. Carried 6.9. That uphill took the speed away a little more than what I thought it would. But again, trying to salvage a par here because we didn't quite hit a good shot. But all right, we need to have this right on the edge because it's only going to break a hair, and that uphill is going to take some of the break out. So we need to start it right inside the right edge. It's going to be 11, a 13-foot putt on the number, basically. And ball speed wise, we need the ball speed to be, let's see, if it's 13 feet, we need it to be about 4.6. So I'm going to try to hit it at about 4 feet, basically. I hit it 4.9, but it worked out. allowed it to hold the line right there. So all right, got to make a birdie somewhere. Right now, you don't really have any anything to show for this round, and you're not playing bad. We're not playing very bad. We've just hit a couple bad shots here and there. And it's gotten me to +5 when I could easily be around even par right now. Definitely wouldn't be under par because we haven't made any freaking birdies, but let's just hit a good drive here and see if we can birdie this hole, because this isn't the easiest hole, being it's 450 yards. So let's see what we got here. Settle. Settle. A lot. Settle a lot. Sit. Sit. Oh, stop. Oh, we couldn't have had a worse break than that. I mean, I pulled it a ton. Damn. Of course, there's a freaking tree right in the way. Unbelievable. All right, 145 yards. Gonna need to hit a pitching wedge, smooth pitching wedge, because I usually hit a wedge about 150, 155. So we need to make sure we get this. I just don't think I can hit. All right, let's just hit a little smooth wedge and try to get it started on target instead of worrying about trying to kill a 48. That was not what I was looking to do. It just isn't how I was hitting it on the range, which is pretty frustrating, to be honest. Need to carry it about 60 yards and just, or 6 yards, and try to get it running. Hit it pretty low and just try to get this ball running towards the hole. It's going to break left a little bit on its way, so just need to get it started on line, try to get a good little gauge right here of 6 yards. I pulled it. Distance was good, just pulled it. Just shut down the club face, and well, we saved a bogey out of it anyways. All right, need to hit a better shot here than we did on the last one and not pull it into the oblivion. Catch a bad break. So let's just try to hit a nice little smooth fade up there around that corner and hope the wind just kind of holds it off here. Nope, that's really bad. Get lucky one time. Wow. That was awful. That was a terrible swing, but we're going to end up getting away with it. That was really bad. All right, 160 into the wind. Needs to be 165 probably. Like 165 would be a good number. But we really need to hit this on target. We haven't hit a good iron shot on target all around, really. All right, well, we did what we wanted to. A little further right than I wanted to by a hair, but about 15 feet right of our target. All right, 26.5-foot putt. It's going to break pretty hard in the first part of it and then kind of straighten, and not straighten out, but break less as it goes. So I'm going to try to give it probably close to this line over here. 26.5 is going to be about 7.1 in ball speed. About 7.1 in ball speed. I'm going to try to equate this as about a 9-foot putt. If I can get it to the screen, just kind of let it bump right into it. Gosh, I feel like it's going to break a little more than that. All right, we'll see. 7.1 in ball speed is our ideal number here. And we hit it 7.6 and through the break. Sit. Sit. Haven't made a single birdie today. That is just bad. Not a single one. Now, really looking at a bad situation. Got to hit this ball really good. Give yourself a chance to get it to that back pin location. Try to get yourself a red number or something. At least a putted eagle and hope to 2-putt. So let's see what we can do. Fanned it again. Man, it's going to sit pretty soft, hopefully. Sit. Don't get behind the bush. God, Brandon. Just haven't been good today. Drives have just been off. Now we got to get it out here in this little opening and 115 yards. Dang it. 106 yards, so 100 yards is probably more ideal, so I have a little more direct line with more green to work with to get it to the pin. So 100 yards, what we're looking at. 100 yards. Go. Get up there. 95 ball speed. I mean, I thought I hit that hard enough, but I guess not. Not very often I try to take a pitching wedge and hit it 100 yards, though. So, all right, 10-mile-per-hour winds at our back. We're at 135 yards. And be right off the club face and uphill. I need to hit a pitching wedge and try to hit 3/4 knockdown on it a little bit. Come on, wind. Sit, ball. Wow, hit the tree and bounce back. Oh, don't go there. Sit. I mean, I hit that club speed at 85. I normally hit that pitching wedge at... I don't even want to discuss what I just did. I knew that club didn't look as lofted as a pitching wedge, and for some reason I didn't look at it. Of course, it was a 9-iron, which is why that ball only went, or ended up going 147 yards. If I hit that ball with a pitching wedge, that ball's sitting right next to the pin. It's coming off that little hill. All right, got to get this up and quickly. Hope that we can get this ball to there we go. That's it. Now we're making better chips. There's about a week period where I just wasn't hitting good chips. I was hitting everything bad. But I think I figured it out. It was my weight. I just didn't have the weight shifted right. All right. $123. I need to hit a 48 degree and hit it just smooth and let it get up in the wind, and hopefully the wind just kind of holds it down. Just a little smooth 48 degree. Pulled it. Damn! It's going to be a good number too. It's going to be right over the top of the pin, number wise. Man, that's frustrating. Everything had been fanning out right, and of course on this hole I hit it left. All right, so we got 63 into some wind, 73 into some wind. We got to hit this ball up in the air. So open the club face, try to hit it at about 80, 75 to 80 yards. Come on, ball. No, don't spin. Oh, you got to be kidding me. I mean, how much more of a worse break can you get than that? Wow, look at that pin placement. That ball was never going to stop. Ever. Spin. Sit. Come back down to the hole. All right. Unbelievable. This is very unusual for me to not make birdies at least. Not one. I'm okay if I'm hitting the ball well, making pars and everything else, but making an occasional birdie. But I'm hitting the ball well. Some holes, not taking advantage on those, and then hitting the ball badly on a few others. We're just going to try to hit a little smooth fade right over the edge of the water. I haven't been able to hit a draw all day with my driver, except for one, and that one ended up going in the water. So oh, sit. Well, not been my best round. I've hit a couple good shots, but not all of them. And of course, we are right behind a tree. I don't think I could catch any worse breaks this round. I really don't. We gotta punch it. Out here, right? That's the only option, 40 yards. I'm gonna hit a little A wedge and try to keep it below the tree and hit it at 40 yards, a little 48 degree. 40 yards. Well, there it is. 128 to the hole, so I'm going to hit this 48 degree again. Man, what a pin placement with that wind. So I'm going to try to hit a little smooth 48 degree again. See if I can actually hit it on target for once. Wasn't smooth, but if that wind can sit it down quickly, might be all right. Spin. There we go. Hit it a little stronger than I wanted to, but that's all right. Might be able to salvage a par here and shoot a freaking 80, which is absolutely embarrassing. "12-foot, playing downhill 3 foot, 3 inches, I should say. So it's going to play about 11 feet. I'm sorry, 9 feet. All right, so 12 minus 3, 9 feet. It's going to need to be right at 4 ball speed. 9 feet. So in real life, I'm just going to try to hit it about 3 feet. And I hit it 4.5, still made it, but all right, not the best round I've ever had. And got to take it back to the drawing board. I thought I'd kind of figured something out with my irons. I just hadn't been striking it very well. Getting the ball started on target, on frame. And I mean, these two numbers right here are good. Average ball speed 168 with the driver, 173 is my highest. I mean, my putting needs to be 120 feet at least, and I need to have at least 21, 22. That right there is just atrocious. And that's really what killed me. My greens in regulation, just not having good opportunities at par. I mean, longest drive being 330, average drive being 300. Those are both good. I just couldn't get anything started on frame. I hit 3 fairways, which is just bad. So need to play better. See if I can't play better in round 2 and try to get myself at least close to even par. But right now, that's not good. All right, I appreciate for those who joined and stuck around to the end. So please do me a favor. If you like the content, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you wouldn't mind, leave me a couple comments. Give me an idea as to what you think I could do better, different, something you enjoy watching. I'm going to keep trying to make some good content, see if I can't score better. So appreciate it.